Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. As always, it's me, the Smithie D. If you do enjoy the video, then please make sure that you do hit that like button, and also if you do want notifications when I do put up some content, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So by now, most of us have already seen Leia Organa's up and coming kit. But this video is not just going to be about that, because that video's been done. I'm going to tell you why she isn't underwhelming, because on first sight it may seem, she could be quite average. Where would I place her? Well, we know with some characters, you know, like when we're talking Commander Luke Skywalker or Old Ben, we can already determine the teams we're going to run. And we could be asking ourselves, with this new Leia, where would we be putting her? Where is she going to be good? Where does she fit into the state of the game currently? And all those questions and her abilities are all going to be answered in this video. So what we know so far about Rebel Officer Leia Organa is she's only obtainable from the new game mode Territory Battles, and this is going to take a lot of kind of guild members going in. You really want to have a solid 50 members that is playing actively, and you're going to get her a lot quicker. But the state of the game currently, I would probably find it difficult to where her kit would be best in the arena. You know, we're going to see Commander Luke Skywalker. Currently, I don't know if I would run her in that team with the state of the game. But definitely we're going to talk about what things are going to be changing. But to understand the character and where they could get to, we first must go over the abilities. Her basic attack is called Hold Off. Fully upgraded, this deals physical damage to the target enemy and inflicts buff immunity for 2 turns. Leia gains 10% turn meter, an additional 10% turn meter if the target had full health, and an additional 10% turn meter if the target is an Empire enemy. So what you're looking at from this ability, in the actual gift that's been provided by Cozzy Spoon on the forums, it doesn't really show that it does very high damage. We can see the crit on there, that it's not very high, and straight away from a first point of view, that could put a lot of people off and be like, it doesn't actually do a lot of damage. But I can assure you, as we get through a kit, it's going to be doing much greater damage depending on the enemies that you're going to be facing in the arena or in this new game mode. We don't actually know as of yet the enemies or what we're facing. We could be, and it would fit suit if we're against Empire enemies. So if they've got protection, they're going to have full health, so that's 10% turn meter. If the target enemy is an Empire, that's another 10% turn meter. So you potentially are looking at 30% turn meter, and you're able to put buff immunity. So we have to see really how this plans out, but we are going to come back to this ability a little bit later on when we go over a unique, and I'm going to really puzzle it all together for you so you can let your imaginations go wild. Her special ability, Rebel Barrage, fully upgraded, deals physical damage 10 times to random enemy targets. Enemies struck more than once suffer ability block for 1 turn. This ability's cooldown is reduced by 1 whenever Leia scores a critical hit or suffers a debuff. This ability does have a cooldown when fully upgraded of a 14. So again, you're probably looking at the animation thinking, ooh, it doesn't really hit that hard. I can imagine a Zeta Barris kind of soaking them crits up. And I tell you what, at first glance, I agree solely with you on that. But I can tell you, when we get into a unique, I'm going to partner this all together and give you something that's going to blow your mind. Her leader ability, Battlefront Command, fully upgraded, Rebel allies have plus 20% tenacity and 20% critical chance. Whenever a Rebel ally takes damage from an Empire enemy, they have a 50% chance to gain foresight for 2 turns. The first time each turn a Rebel ally resists a detrimental effect or suffers a debuff, they gain 30% turn meter. So again, at a glance, you could probably see this is mostly a anti-Vader or anti-Tarkin leadership. But why? You know, Vader, you know, isn't really meta-defining at the moment, you know. But will we see a new Vader? Is that what's coming? Because at the moment, the Empire Pass did pass, so we do have what we've currently got in game. But I do believe there is more coming. This is only a start. Half Empire, Rebels. There is definitely more Empire coming. And we're going to move on to the unique, and then I'm going to break some predictions, maybe some speculation to you guys, and let you have some food for thought. Leia's unique is called Dauntless. This does have a Zeta ability on it, and when it's fully upgraded, Leia has plus 10% offense and plus 40% tenacity the first time each turn Leia resists a detrimental effect or suffers a debuff. She gains 15% turn meter and gains 35% offense, stacking until the end of her next turn. But you have to ask yourself, why does she have these abilities? Because in-game currently, you know, we have a lot of Rex leaderships, and I think the prediction may be on this, if I'm right, that Luke is going to kind of water down, you know, his leadership is going to water down the use of tenacity up, and that's kind of fade away. Then we're probably going to see a completely new wave of Empire characters that are going to be applying lots of detrimental effects. Heck, hopefully we see a new Darth Vader, because that's got to happen. There's only one Vader in the game currently, and I do think they're planning on adding another Vader. It has to be, because this would then, where this makes sense, because she's kind of like a Kylo Ren. So we're going to go back to her abilities and to her special ability, partnered with a unique when it's been Zeta'd. What's going to happen if you've got an Empire enemy team, or any team that puts some kind of like debuffs like a Zeta Vader or anything in that kind of category? Leia, even if she resists or gets that kind of debuffs put onto her, she's going to be gaining 35% offense, alright? So if you can imagine that, and you can imagine that they've applied 4 or 5 debuffs, then she's going to use her special ability where she's just then going to wipe them out. In the GIF, it may look like that it's not doing much damage, and this is going to go to the same of the basic when she takes that turn, because if you imagine if she's getting debuffs put onto her, that's reducing the cooldown, she's critting. Wow, she is going to go wild. That area of effect attack is going to wipe out characters, and I can tell you that. It's going to be amazing. I can tell you that, because of the state of the game now, you may not see it, but we're maybe looking in 2 months' time where the game could definitely change and we could see more Empire characters. We've got the Inferno squad coming to Battlefront 2, and we've also got, I would say, Darth Vader's going to make a return, and it's going to be a new version from Empire Strikes Back. And it's going to be wild. Empire versus Rebels is going to be the meta. Which side are you guys going to be choosing? Because I can see Leia's going to be making an impact, because she's going to kind of be like that Kylo Ren, where she's just going to come out and she's just going to do that boom, that big area of effect, and it's going to be critting for like 20, 25, 30k, and it's going to change the tide of the battle. It's going to be meta defining, because you're going to need to take her out as quick as possible, but you've probably got Commander Luke Skywalker sitting next to her. Hopefully by then we've got Rebels, Chewbacca, R2-D2. It's going to be wild. I am so excited for all this new content. But what are you? Are you a Rebel or are you an Empire, and why? Let me know in the comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, then please make sure that you do hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. I'm the Smithie D. May the Force be with you always.